That's when I said, oh man, this is crazy. Yo, they all know what I know. They just won't say it, fam. Money. A lot of the people in the media, a lot of the media heads are very much content. They're willing to play games. They're fine with jokey joke. Our media is not serious about Black America.
How do you flip Latino voters in a state where, I mean, nationwide, 55% of Latino men voted for Trump. Those numbers have dropped nationwide, but his people are still his people. And pulling out more Latino voters in Texas, getting them to come out, that doesn't necessarily mean they vote for the Democrat. They might vote for the Republican.
The biggest thing that I actually did as a freshman was not going off on Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was just the most viral thing that I did.
It was the most fun thing you did as well. But go on. BBB is going to live forever. Bleach blonde.
Forever, because it's trademarked, honey. But yes, the best thing that I did was actually...
Even the Black-owned media be on some bullshit.
Immigration policy is immigration policy, but treating immigrants humanely, that's the point that he was trying to talk about.
And I think we do in the United States.
And I think we do. I don't think there is an inhumane process underway right now. Someone broke the law to get here, and we're sending them back.
I'm not a good God person. I'm not. I have a strong...
There's a cure for that.
Unwavering belief that God is real. And that belief causes me a lot of shame. Sometimes I can see God looking at me, and I wonder what God sees. But there is one thing that I try to do in all the other ways that I fail. The greatest gift that God gave to humanity is for treating the least of his people, at least as defined as this society, like they're the least. And you're commanded not to do it. You don't get to decide whether or not you love people and treat people humanly. You were commanded to do it by God.
So I see through the playbook. The playbook is money.
And you think this country is going to survive this regime?
Only if we fight for the country we love. And listen, that's another piece of this, which is I really want to remind people of the light that is in each of us, even in these moments of darkness, especially in these moments of darkness.
The playbook is to ignore Black people's real problems. They don't focus on the issues of white America, Black America, any America. It's all about roasting Donald Trump.
The President of the United States is a killer. I am outraged.
95%, if not 99% of the problems Black people have, they had them way before Trump took office. I know because I was doing his job. If you were doing content before then, you know that. Trump was in office, shit was bad. Trump was out of office, shit was bad. Some say worse. Trump back in office, now they say it's Armageddon. Most of the time, the Democrats spend most of their opportunity joking about shit. Now, Reese Waters is I guess, progressive. Look at his channel. Everything on Reese's channel is shitting on Republicans. Nothing about uplifting Black people, about closing the racial wealth gap, closing our borders, making our schools better. He just makes a lot of money shitting on Trump because that's where the money is. People think I should go do that. They don't want to make Democrats accountable. They'd rather I just do what he does, which is make jokes about Trump and J.D. Vance and Vivek. And don't get me wrong, fam, I make jokes about him. I roast him. My audience wants solutions for Black people. Call out the Democrats for what they're doing to Black Americans. That's my audience. His audience, which is bigger than my audience, wants him to do this shit. Talk about how bad Trump is. And once again, I like Reese. Reese is a funny guy. But Reese, in my humble opinion, Reese isn't on shit. And it's not just Reese.
Recent polls show that Americans are not satisfied with how Trump's administration is handling the Epstein story. Juanita, how do Democrats seize upon this?
Problem is, we got people that say that they talk shit about Black this, Black that, Black the other thing. And then when I say, but dog, we got to close this border to save Black people, they say, that's white nationalism. The play with media is to ignore Black America. So I think the number one job of Black media is to prioritize Black America.
So what you're seeing are these constant and direct attacks from so-called progressives, because a lot of people are bots. Like earlier this week, there was some dude from New Zealand who was trashing Crockett. And I was like, your ass ain't even American.
Black America, there's not a single sport in America where the team is not focused on making their team better before they focus on the other team. In fact, preseason, it was always about getting in shape. You weren't even practicing or training to play another team. You had to be skilled enough to even be in the arena. We got to get them fuckers off the field. So they want us to focus on Republicans and focus on Trump. You don't focus on your opposition if your squad ain't tight. In fact, if your squad's tight, it don't matter who your opposition is. It doesn't matter if Trump's over there. If Democrats were truly for black people, I'd support them. They'd have our best interests at heart. We'd have a squad that I could look and count on. It wouldn't matter what Trump was doing. Trump would be a non-factor. They only elected a guy who had no political experience because all the political experienced people suck. And if they do win, we're not going to win with them. Other people are going to win. The migrants win. The immigrants win. The rich win. The corporations win. We're not winning. Working class people lose. There it is. So when I'm calling out the Democratic Party, I'm looking at the media, I'm looking at the play, I'm looking at people that I know have 3 and 4 degrees. How could they not figure this out? They figured it out. They get paid to pretend they haven't. That's when I said, oh man, this is crazy shit. Yo, they all know what I know. They know what I know. They just don't want to say it. They just won't say it, fam. Money, access, career. 55% of black Americans report having serious financial problems compared to 38% of whites. Now, I should be able to get up and walk out the room right there because that says it all. 58% of black Americans don't have enough savings to carry them if they didn't get paid for a month. Basically, they're living paycheck to paycheck. Guess what? 36% of whites are in the same boat. Once again, family, I'm guessing it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. You're getting screwed, aren't you? 32% of black Americans face hardship affording food. %21% of whites have the same problem. You mean to tell me we got all this cool shit in America? Netflix, Amazon Prime, Uber Eats, Instacart, hair transplants, erectile dysfunction medicine, rejuvenation packages, and people can't eat? For real, dog, that's what we're doing. Black home ownership rate, 44.1% for black, 74% for white. That's a 30-point percentage gap. 1 in 4 black mortgage applicants are denied. For white people, it's only 1 in 10. No, we're smart people, man. We get it. We have to know it's media games. This is why I'm saying I don't hate the media, but I see the games that they're playing. I'm not letting Trump off the hook. I'm putting us on the hook. I'm putting the whole system on the hook. And I'm saying, pointing across going, hey, it's one guy's problem. Motherfucker, it was bad under Biden. These numbers didn't drastically change.
I'm going to say one more thing because, I know that you have very strong feelings about Democrats, but I do have this to say to you. It was important, I think, for Democrats to show that they stood with the LGBT community, that they stood with black women and women in general, because once you let us go, once you let women and poor people go, What do you have?
Stop protecting Democrats. They're not protecting you. Stop making excuses for bullshit. We all we got. The sooner we accept that, better off we'll be. White America don't have a party. If you're working class, you don't have a party. Dr. Cornel West used to say this. He had a phrase. And here it goes. It's from a man by the name of Upton Sinclair. It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends upon his not understanding it. My name is Sim Black. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in with us. Join us. Be here. Go to jointimblack.com. Starting on only $5 a month. You're helping to power a show that's seriously about its shit. We're on our business. We're calling it out.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America. Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.